The Kumbh Mela is a very special time in India. It is one of the largest religious gatherings in the world, attracting millions of devotees from all corners of the country and even from abroad. This grand festival is held every 12 years, rotating among 4 different locations: Prayagraj, Haridwar, Nashik, and Ujjain. Each location is associated with a different river, which is considered holy by Hindus. The festival's timing is determined by the positions of the Sun, Moon, and Jupiter, making it a unique confluence of astronomy and spirituality. People come from all over to bathe in the holy rivers. The act of bathing in these sacred waters is believed to cleanse one's sins and purify the soul. Pilgrims often travel long distances, enduring hardships, to take a dip in the river at the most auspicious times. The sight of thousands of people immersing themselves in the water, chanting prayers and performing rituals is truly awe-inspiring. It is a testament to their unwavering faith and devotion. It is a very crowded and busy time with people everywhere. The sheer number of attendees can be overwhelming as the festival grounds transform into a bustling city of tents, stalls, and temporary shelters. Vendors sell everything from religious artifacts to food and souvenirs, creating a vibrant marketplace atmosphere. The energy is palpable, with people moving in every direction, eager to participate in the various activities and ceremonies. The air is filled with the sounds of chanting and singing. Devotees gather in groups to sing bhajans or devotional songs, creating a harmonious and uplifting environment. The rhythmic beats of drums and the melodious tunes of traditional instruments add to the spiritual ambience. These musical expressions of faith bring people together, fostering a sense of unity and collective devotion. The Kumbh Mela is a time for faith and celebration. It is not just about religious observances, it is also a cultural extravaganza. People engage in various rituals, from lighting lamps to offering prayers and participating in processions. The festival is marked by vibrant colors, with devotees often throwing gulal or colored powders in the air, adding to the festive spirit. It is a time when spirituality and joy go hand in hand. People come to wash away their sins and start fresh. The belief in the purifying power of the holy rivers is deeply ingrained in the hearts of the devotees. For many, the Kumbh Mela is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to seek redemption and spiritual renewal. The act of taking a holy dip is seen as a way to cleanse the soul and begin anew, free from past transgressions. It is a time to be with family and friends. The Kumbh Mela is not just a religious event, it is also a social gathering. Families and friends come together to share meals, stories, and experiences. The sense of community is strong as people from different backgrounds and regions come together in a spirit of camaraderie and mutual respect. It is a time to strengthen bonds and create lasting memories. The Kumbh Mela is a truly amazing event. The scale and grandeur of the festival are unparalleled. The sight of the sprawling festival grounds, dotted with colorful tents and teeming with people, is a visual spectacle. The Kumbh Mela is a celebration of faith, culture, and humanity, bringing together millions in a shared experience of devotion and joy. It is easy to get lost in the crowds. With so many people in one place, it is not uncommon for individuals to become separated from their groups. The festival organizers take great care to ensure the safety and well-being of the attendees, with numerous help desks and volunteers available to assist those who are lost or in need of help. Despite the challenges, the sense of community and mutual support is ever present. There are so many people and it is very noisy. The constant hum of voices, the calls of vendors, and the sounds of rituals create a cacophony that is both exhilarating and overwhelming. The noise is a testament to the vibrancy and energy of the festival, reflecting the enthusiasm and fervor of the participants. It is important to stay close to your family. In the midst of the chaos, staying together is crucial. Families often hold hands or form human chains to navigate through the crowds safely. The Kumbh Mela, while a time of spiritual significance, also highlights the importance of togetherness and looking out for one another. Whiskers was a small, grey, tabby cat. He had a coat that shimmered in the sunlight, with distinctive markings that made him stand out from other cats in the village. His fur was soft to the touch, and he had a gentle purr that could soothe anyone who heard it. Whiskers was not just any ordinary cat. He had a personality that was as vibrant as his appearance. He was curious, playful, and had a knack for getting into all sorts of adventures. His bright green eyes were always full of wonder, and his long, fluffy tail would swish back and forth with excitement whenever he discovered something new. He had bright green eyes and a long, fluffy tail. His eyes were like emeralds, sparkling with curiosity and intelligence. They were the first thing anyone noticed about him, and they seemed to hold a world of secrets and stories. His tail, on the other hand, was a source of endless fascination for him. He would often chase it around in circles, much to the amusement of the old woman he lived with. Whiskers lived with a kind old woman in a village near the Ganges River. The old woman had found him as a kitten, abandoned and alone, and had taken him in. She had given him a warm home and all the love and care he could ever need. The village was a peaceful place, with lush green fields and a serene river flowing nearby. Whiskers loved his home and the old woman who had become his family.
I loved to explore. The world outside my home was full of wonders and mysteries waiting to be discovered. Every day was a new adventure, and I couldn't wait to see what lay beyond the next hill or around the next corner. The tall grass would brush against my fur as I walked through it, and the sounds of nature would fill my ears, making me feel alive and free. I would often wander off into the fields and forests near my home. The fields were vast and open, with wildflowers blooming in every color imaginable. The forests were dense and full of life, with birds singing in the trees and small animals scurrying about. The river was my favorite place to visit. Its cool, clear waters were perfect for a refreshing drink or a quick dip on a hot day. Chasing butterflies and birds was my favorite thing to do. The butterflies were like little pieces of the sky, fluttering around me in a dance of colors. The birds, on the other hand, were quick and clever, always keeping me on my toes. I would spend hours trying to catch them, even though I knew I never would. It was the thrill of the chase that I loved, the feeling of being completely in the moment, with nothing else in the world mattering.
One day, Whiskers' human decided to take him to the Kumbh Mela. The Kumbh Mela was a grand festival held once every 12 years, and it attracted millions of people from all over the country. The old woman thought it would be a good experience for Whiskers to see something new and exciting. She packed a small bag with some food and water for Whiskers, and they set off early in the morning. Whiskers had never seen so many people in one place before. The sheer number of people was overwhelming, and the noise was almost deafening. There were stalls selling all kinds of goods, from colorful fabrics to delicious food. There were performers entertaining the crowds with music and dance, and the air was filled with the scent of incense and spices. Whiskers' senses were on high alert, taking in everything around him. He was a little scared at first, but he soon started to enjoy the excitement. The old woman kept a close eye on him, making sure he didn't wander off and get lost in the crowd. Whiskers found himself fascinated by the sights and sounds of the festival. He watched as people performed rituals and took dips in the holy river. He even made a few new friends, other animals who had come with their humans to experience the Kumbh Mela. By the end of the day, Whiskers was tired but happy, having had an adventure he would never forget. Rusty was a small brown dog with floppy ears and a wagging tail. He lived with a family of farmers in a village not far from Whiskers' home.
I loved to play. Chasing my tail or rolling around in the dirt was so much fun. I was very curious and loved to explore new places and sniff new things.
One day, Rusty's humans decided to take him to the Kumbh Mela. Rusty had never seen so many people in one place before. He was very excited and started to run around, barking happily. Whiskers was separated from his human in the crowd. He looked around, but she was nowhere to be seen. Whiskers was scared and alone.
Where could she be? I can't find her anywhere.
Rusty was also separated from his family in the crowd. He barked and barked, but no one came. Rusty was lost and alone.
Where is everyone? Why is no one coming for me?
Both Whiskers and Rusty wandered through the crowds, desperately searching for their humans. They were two small animals in a sea of people, feeling lost and afraid.
A world of smells.
It was filled with the smells of spices, incense, and people. Whiskers sniffed the air.
I've never smelled anything like this before.
He followed his nose, hoping it would lead him back to his human.
There are so many of them, and they all seem to be mixed together. The smells are so confusing.
Whiskers wandered further and further away from the place where he had lost his human.
I'm hungry and tired, but I don't know what to do.
He curled up under a stall, hoping his human would find him.
Rusty saw so many new things. There were cows, elephants, and even camels. He had never seen so much color and movement in one place before. He followed the sounds of laughter and music, hoping to find his family.
The sights were overwhelming. There were so many people, so many animals, and so many colors. Rusty felt dizzy and confused. He was thirsty and tired, but he didn't stop. He kept running, hoping to find a familiar face. After many days, Whiskers and Rusty met by chance. They were both thin and dirty from their time on the streets. They were both scared and alone.
At first, they were wary of each other. Cats and dogs aren't supposed to be friends.
But they were both lonely and desperate for company. They slowly started to trust each other.
They shared the little food they could find and looked out for each other. They were an unlikely pair, but they were all each other had. Whiskers and Rusty decided to work together to find their way back home. They knew it would be a long and difficult journey, but they were determined to make it.
They used their noses and their instincts to guide them. They helped each other find food and water. They protected each other from danger.
They faced many challenges along the way. They had to cross rivers and forests. They had to avoid wild animals and mean people. They learned a valuable lesson about the power of friendship. Whiskers, the curious cat with a sleek black coat, and Rusty, the playful dog with a golden fur, had always been inseparable. They roamed the hills, explored the forests, and shared countless adventures. Their bond was unbreakable, and they knew that together they could overcome any obstacle. One day, while chasing butterflies and playing hide and seek, they wandered too far from home. The sun began to set, and they realized they were lost. But even in the face of uncertainty, they stayed close, comforting each other with gentle purrs and wagging tails. Whiskers and Rusty continued to be the best of friends, even though they were a cat and a dog. They found solace in each other's company, and their friendship grew stronger with each passing day. They discovered new places, like a beautiful garden filled with colorful flowers and a serene tree under which they would rest. They played and laughed, forgetting their worries for a while. Their days were filled with joy, and their nights were spent dreaming of home. They knew that as long as they had each other, they could face any challenge that came their way. They proved that anything is possible if you have a true friend by your side. Whiskers and Rusty crossed bridges, both literal and metaphorical, and ventured into unknown territories. They faced dangers and uncertainties, but their unwavering trust in each other kept them going. They explored dense forests, climbed steep hills, and navigated through winding paths. Each step they took was a testament to their unbreakable bond. They knew that together they were unstoppable. Their journey was not just about finding their way back home, but also about discovering the true meaning of friendship and loyalty. Whiskers' human and Rusty's family were overjoyed to see them. The reunion was filled with tears of joy and heartfelt embraces. Their families had missed them dearly and had been searching tirelessly. The sight of Whiskers and Rusty, safe and sound, brought immense relief and happiness. They showered them with love and affection, grateful to have their beloved pets back. The bond between the families and their pets was stronger than ever, and they vowed never to let them out of their sight again. The joy of being reunited was indescribable, and it was a moment they would cherish forever. They had given up hope of ever seeing their beloved pets again. The days without Whiskers and Rusty had been filled with sorrow and longing. Their families had held onto their toys and looked out of the window, hoping for a miracle. The absence of their furry friends had left a void in their hearts. They had almost lost hope, but deep down, they never stopped believing in the power of love and friendship. The return of Whiskers and Rusty was a testament to their unwavering faith and the strength of their bond. It was a reminder that love always finds a way. After many weeks, Whiskers and Rusty finally found their way back to the village. Their journey had been long and arduous, but their determination never wavered. They followed familiar scents and landmarks, guided by their instincts and the memories of home. As they approached the village gate, their hearts filled with anticipation and excitement. They knew they were close to reuniting with their loved ones. The sight of the village brought tears to their eyes, and they quickened their pace, eager to be back where they belonged. Their adventure had come to an end, and they were ready to start a new chapter. They were so happy to be home. The moment they set foot in the village, they were greeted with open arms and joyous cheers. Their families ran towards them, tears streaming down their faces. Whiskers and Rusty wagged their tails and purred loudly, expressing their happiness and relief. They were finally home, surrounded by the people who loved them the most. The village celebrated their return, and the air was filled with laughter and happiness. Whiskers and Rusty knew that they were truly blessed to have such a loving and caring community. They were home, and nothing else mattered. They had been through so much together, and their friendship was stronger than ever. Whiskers and Rusty settled back into their cozy home, grateful for the warmth and comfort it provided. They played in the yard, chasing each other and basking in the sunlight. Their bond had been tested, but it had only grown stronger. They knew that no matter what challenges they faced in the future, they would always have each other. Their friendship was a source of strength and joy, and it was a reminder that true friends are always there for you, no matter what. Together again, they were ready to face the world.